Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bros, your go-to Detroit sports podcast.
That's right. I'm your boy Jess, a.k.a. A-Game. We're here to bring the latest and the greatest from the D, the 313.
And it's your boy, The Loaf, ready to dive right into the heart of Detroit sports with two of my guys, the Honcho and the A-Game.
Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, PSL Sports, Michigan State, we got you covered.
We'll break down the games, analyze the stats, and give you the hot takes that you didn't know you needed.
Plus, we bring you some amazing guests, legends of the game, Detroit historians, here to share their insights and stories.
So grab a seat on the couch, kick back, and let's get into the action.
Here we go.
Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bros.
Brown Couch Bros on the west side here in Detroit. We back, man. We've been away for a couple of weeks. So it's time to get it in. It's time to give our people what they need to hear and what they need to see.
Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, that's all you always say that.
Brown Couch Bros on our first real snowy Sunday.
Yeah.
My back was killing me out there. Hey, I called
shoveling or walking?
I had to shovel it, man.
Oh, okay.
I called our brother Johnny. I was like,
he was busy.
What it feel like out there? He said, man, it's wet. I was like, oh,
that means it's heavy.
It's heavy, baby.
Wet and heavy.
It was wet and heavy, man.
Yeah, man, we too old to do that, man. We too old to do that stuff now, man. I don't shovel no more snow. I just turned 50. I can't shovel snow.
Oh, welcome to the 50s.
Welcome to the 50s.
Hey, listen.
I've been in here almost a decade.
Look, man, I told the wifey, I said, I'm one more snowblower from getting the service.
There you go.
One more good snowblower, then after that, it's a service. Hey, when can you come out?
Well, in customary fashion, let's toast it up.
Toast it up, man. Boom. I hit you long distance.
As we do.
Yes, sir.
As we do. That's right.
Let's tip it off. What you got for your tip off, Jess?
Well, let me tell you this, man. First of all, y'all know I like to be a stats guy. I like to be correct in my stats, too. So I got a little retraction from the last episode that these people will have seen by the time this one comes out. Grambling was the first HBCU to perform in the Super Bowl, not Southern.
Not Southern.
I agree with that.
They did Super Bowls 1 and 2. They've done 6. However, Southern has played in at least 9 Super Bowls, most of it pregame. They've also came out and performed with side by side with a couple of people. So I wanted to shout out that, so don't think that a tuba player or a saxophonist was chasing me down the street to correct me. I went and found this on my own. It was like, oh, Lord, I messed that up. So my apologies to all the Grambling y'all.
Grambling Knights, that's what they call them.
Grambling Knights?
Grambling Knights.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, well.
Even though they got spanked this week.
Well, we'll touch on that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So, shout out to Grambling for being the first. They did Super Bowls 1 and 2. I did that research on that. Again, like I say, Southern did perform some pre-games, and they've done 1 or 2 collabing with people. Texas Southern also did it with Beyonce.
Yep.
And
I remember that one.
FAMU has done it with Prince. So shout out to HBCUs getting on the Super Bowl stage and doing their thing. And also, can't forget my aristocrats, Tennessee State. They are the only HBCU that has won a Grammy. And that was for 2023.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep, sure did.
For the best gospel roots. So, shout out to them too. So shout out to the bands for doing their thing. But that's my retraction from that last one. I just wanted to make sure I cleared that up so all the bands won't come chasing me anytime I come down to a homecoming.
Yeah. Look at the A-game with some band history.
A-game giving the band love.
This one time at band camp.
What was that band camp? Oh, man. Yeah,
what you got for your tip-off?
Hey, man, I'm going to stay on the same curve, man. Since we talking about HBU, man, shout out to my alma mater, Southern University, man. They got that win this weekend against Grambling in the Bayou Classic that we always kind of go down there and do our thing. Also, we just hired the great Marshall Falk as our head coach. That's going to be coming in, Hall of Famer from Colorado. As he's the running back coach there, but he's going to be the head coach at Southern, of course. So shout out to SU, man, and let's get it right, man. I hope Brother Falk can come in there and get us back on track. Like our old Pete Richards used to have us on track back in the day, man, winning swag championships like that. So that's my tip off, man. SU.
Shout out,
baby.
shout out to the HBCUs.
And at that HBCU, Glorilla came out with a Gremlin too.
Sure
So,
did. Yeah. So we moving,
Yeah, Glow.
man.
Good look. That was
Glow.
Glow. She staying. Old boy played for who?
He in Toronto.
Brandon Ingram, he in Toronto.
B.I. in Toronto.
I got to touch. I'll touch on that.
B.I. in Toronto. Yeah. Hey, real quick for my tip off, man. I'm surprised, nobody asked me nothing about this T-shirt I got on today.
Okay.
You didn't even notice, huh? Nobody noticed, huh?
I just figured you lost
just blended in.
You said you just figured you lost the bet.
You're right. You're right. I did lose a bet, man. Lost a bet, man. My Lions lost to the Eagles a couple weeks ago, man. So I promised my colleague I would wear this T-shirt. So shout out to Wendy Coleman, the super fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm supposed to say go Birds too, so I guess I got to say go Birds. But man, I was so disappointed after that. I think I'm done with bets. Last time I had a bet when an NFC East team was last year with the Washington Commanders.
I
lost that. London was sitting here on the couch,
London
man.
was on the couch with us.
Yeah.
I'm done with bets. I'm not betting you with the Cowboys in a week or two. I ain't doing it, man. It's over with. So shout out to my colleague Wendy Coleman. I told you I'd do it. I got it on.
There you go, Wendy.
I got the bird flu with this thing. I'm starting to itch.
So, hold on, Wendy. Wendy, hold on. I can't let this one go by.
Starting to itch.
You was supposed to say go Birds. You slipped it in, but you didn't just say go Birds.
That's enough.
That was enough.
That's enough.
You slipped it in.
No. That's enough. That's enough.
I would have made you say fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly like an eagle.
Man, that's what's happening.
Yeah, it took me a while, man, but I lived up to my bet. So that's it.
There it is.
Now
Bet is paid.
I got the bird flu.
Yeah.
Itching.
Got some chills on you too. Little chilly now, little nippy.
Little nippy.
Get your warm up.
Well, here we go. Jess, what the people saying?
Man, so in these last couple of weeks, man, the people have been talking. It's been a lot of questions. Is Asia Wilson and Bam gonna make a super baby? People want to know that. The Boozer twins, are they one and done because they balling? Is it in the genes? Is it Anthony? Is he gonna be all that? Is he gonna be like his daddy? People been asking all these type of questions, man. It's been all over the place. Glorilla and Brandon Ingram, are these two kids gonna make it? I think they can. People been all over, man. But the one biggest thing that people been asking is, to this point, NFL, who's your MVP? And so I'm gonna give you guys a vote and make your case for your guy.
I go with Matt Stafford right now. Guy's on pace to throw 25, 30 touchdown passes. They lost today, of course, but he threw 2 more today, if I'm not mistaken. You might have to throw Devontae Adams up in there, too. He leading the league in touchdown catches. I think he got 14 to 15. So I would say right now, my MVP probably would be Matt Stafford and the young boy over in New England, Brett May, quarterback over in New England. Drake May. I'm sorry, Drake May over in New England.
Yeah, I think it's Stafford. 2 picks today though.
Yeah, 2 picks. Yeah, one of them pick 6.
But you get that from Matt Stafford. That's nothing out of the ordinary for him. I mean, he high risk, high reward. But right now, Stafford has to be leading. But I actually think it could go a different way. They're not winning. But this kid over here in Cleveland, what he's doing on the defensive side of the football.
Oh, Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
What he's doing on the defensive side of the football is Ray Lewis, Lawrence Taylor like. So if I had to get an MVP right now, it's between Stafford and Miles Garrett. Even though Cleveland is trash and sad, Miles Garrett's been playing. He's had a hell of a season.
So to add to your point, to Miles Garrett, with Cleveland always being down in games, their team, like you said, their team is not good. They don't pass a lot. Against the Cleveland Browns, they don't pass a lot. But when you do pass, he's in the backfield. He's making a difference.
Pretty much.
Anytime you pass it, he's making a difference. So I can see that. That's going to be cute for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He'll run away with that.
Yeah.
MVP is usually a quarterback award. We know that. However, you got Jonathan Taylor doing his thing. If they don't collapse and he can still ride the train that he's riding, he's going to be tough. A lot of people don't watch Seattle enough to know and Jigman's doing his thing over there. I mean, he's leading the league. He's about to be 2,000 yards. But consensus is, to answer the question that I asked, I say Matt Stafford as well right now.
So to your point about Myles Garrett, man, I mean, he's playing at a level as your boy was when he was at Aaron Donald with the Rams. You know, Aaron Donald, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, first ballot Hall of Famer. To symbolize or to summarize the kind of career Aaron Donald had, it was like a Barry Sanders career, 10 years, 10 straight Pro Bowls. He did win a Super Bowl, Defensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett is on that trajectory. He's already got over 100 sacks for his career. I think he got 118 sacks as we speaking right now. So he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But I kind of agree with you on the Myles Garrett. Yeah. I
mean, it is a quarterback. I mean, it's an offensive award.
Right.
Yeah. Generally.
Quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. I mean, you know, that those are the guys who use skill position guys who usually win it. But if you talk about a guy who's had an impact and just had a heck of a season, it's as far as productivity, it hasn't equated to wins. But that franchise got way more problems than Myles Garrett. But man, what he's done on that side of the football, you know, can't go unnoticed. I mean, he probably a lot right now to win Defensive Player of the Year, but you know, we'll see what the future holds for them as far as his production to have a chance to win MVP.
And not only a lock to win Defensive Player of the Year, but Fool of the Year. Why you take the money from Cleveland, man? You could have went anywhere and did what you was doing.
Well,
you went to a winner, man, and won.
Well, no, they gave him 80 million. You got 80 million guaranteed.
Oh, you got to go get that money.
He got he was gonna get the money.
Yeah, but you got to lock in.
He got the most money from the franchise.
Yeah,
man.
You got to lock in with the team that's gonna give you the most money. I mean, he just realized I'm here. I'm in Cleveland now. I'm a Brown.
I'm a Brown.
Yeah, all right. There you go.
80 million later.
80 million later.
Must be the money.
Hey, the money always talking, man. And the main thing I've been hearing on these streets, this NIL, this stuff, man, they don't know how it's going to last. I was talking to a friend of mine, Michigan graduate, played at Michigan, and he informed me, he said, Webb, do you know the average starter at U of M is making $400K in NIL money?
It's crazy.
That's the average. You're just a starter. You guaranteed $400K.
It's crazy.
And then you got a guy, a young gunslinger over there. Of course, we all know he got $12 million up front through NIL. I mean, $3 million, however you want to break it down. And another good friend of ours, brother, he told me yesterday while we were watching the game, just the mouthpiece that was dangling from Bryce Underwood's helmet.
Yeah.
$200K endorsement deal. That's what he get for the mouthpiece. That's why you'll never see it in. It's always out. It's free advertisement right there. Because he asked me, he said, Webb, how much you think you're getting for advertising that mouthpiece? I was like, what, 25, 30K? He was like, nah, 200K.
That's crazy.
I was like, wow.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Too much money going around, man.
But
way too much.
Like I say, man, the time we in right now, you have to pay to win. The college football game has turned into the pro game. You know, Michigan, Ohio State, schools like that can afford to go out and give these guys that big NIL paycheck to get them into their program.
Man.
You got to do it if you want to compete for a national championship or to make the playoffs.
These guys are pros now.
They pros.
They're pros, man.
Yeah.
They're pros, man.
Yeah. So that's what the money's saying.
That's what the money's saying.
Will the NIL last? How long is it going to last? You know, but hey.
The money got to run out.
Yeah. So
you looked at me like, no, it don't.
Money ain't gonna never stop.
Money ain't gonna never stop. As long as they got printers, print it.
Oh my God.
So where they do that at,
Where
man?
do they do it at?
Man, listen, they must do it on the internet because I'm seeing, man, old dudes going at young dudes now. So the latest is this beef with Kenyon Martin and Draymond Green.
Yeah.
You know, old dude once told me, man, the older you get, the better you used to be. And that's what Kenyon Martin is suffering from. The older he get, the better he used to be. Man, this guy's trying to compare his career to Draymond Green's. Now, granted, Draymond Green was never the go-to guy at Golden State. He's never going to be the go-to guy at Golden State or any other team that he's ever played for. And as a second-round pick to win 4 NBA titles, have 4 or 5 All-Star appearances, lead the team in assists, lead the team in rebounding, play meaningful basketball for the entirety of his career, and be an all-defensive guy and an all-pro, man, that's pretty good career for a guy from Saginaw, Michigan, who was a second-round pick coming out of Michigan State. Kenyon Martin was a number 1 pick in the NBA draft. My draft year. I didn't go.
You didn't go. I didn't go. You didn't want to go. You didn't get the call.
I didn't get the call.
You didn't get the call.
But had a really good career.
Right.
Which should be enough for a guy. Made a lot of money, had a really good career, but now he's trying to compare himself to Draymond Green and basically question Draymond's manhood, and he ain't that tough, and Draymond getting into it with all these guys. I'm tougher than him. He's never went up against anybody. He doesn't go up against anybody with any level of toughness. He pick on people he know he can get away with it with. Kenyon Martin, man, sit down, man. Sit down and be quiet, man. Don't nobody want to hear that, man.
And I don't think nobody really would have known who Kenyon Martin is or was if it wasn't for the show the podcast he on now.
Probably.
Don't get me wrong. No, Kenyon Martin was a good. He was a beast. He was a beast.
He was a beast.
And in his era, that 4 spot was that deal.
Well,
considering some of the guys that he played against
absolutely.
At his time.
So let me just say this. And I like Kenyon Martin. Some may say he my cousin, but I like Kenyon Martin. He was never the go-to guy on any team he played for.
No.
Now, typically when a guy's a number 1 pick in the NBA draft, you want him to be the face of your franchise moving forward. And when those guys are not, then you start calling him a bust. Now, I'm not saying Kenyon Martin is a bust.
No.
He's had a great NBA career, but he certainly had not lived up to being a number 1 pick in the NBA draft.
Okay.
He wasn't a go-to guy.
I agree with that.
He played with Jason Kidd. He played with Kerry Kittles. He played with Carmelo. He played with Chauncey. He played with other guys who I would consider more of a go-to guy than he was at many points in his career. But yeah, man, Kenyon Martin, sit down somewhere, man. Be quiet.
So I'm surprised on this take, you being the Piston fan that you are. He stood up for your guy. He stood up for Isaiah.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, a lot of guys stand up for Isaiah.
He had nothing to do with it.
But listen, man,
he knew it was wrong.
Isaiah don't need people to stand up for him. His career speaks for itself.
That's right. Yeah,
Kenyon Martin can't stand up for Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is Isaiah Thomas. He one of the best to ever do it.
So to bring everybody
arguably the second best point guard of all time.
Yeah.
I just want to know.
I don't think it's close.
I want to know who you put first before I say what I'm
with Magic?
Okay, say
Magic.
Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Magic, then Isaiah.
Magic and Isaiah.
Then we can talk about anybody else after that.
Yeah. Because I know they throw Steph in there a lot. But
Steph and the point guard.
That's
Steph has never led his.
My argument.
He's never led his team in assists.
Never.
That might go to Day.
Actually, exactly.
Right.
But the Kenyon Martin story, if y'all didn't know, Isaiah got stitched up by Karl Malone.
Yeah, he did.
And Kenyon Martin caught Karl Malone in the game and
gave him a vote.
He made it personal for that.
Yeah,
so just shout out to Kenyon for stepping up on that.
But you know what? Hold on. That's cute. But it was like 30 years later. Come on, man. Come on, man.
But for Kenyon Martin just to say that or do that, it's cool. Isaiah was one of his idols.
It's cool. It's cool. But it ain't like it happened the next night.
For Zeke.
No, it wasn't.
He wasn't even in the league. He wasn't even in high school at the time that this actually happened.
Well,
but that's his guy. I get it. You know, he did what he did for his guy. Cool. Shout out to you.
So to your point on where they do that at with Kenyon Martin, I think a lot of stuff he was saying to go back and forth on Draymond, some was valid, some was not. I think when he put the list out, I think he overdid the list.
Come on, man.
He overdid the list because there was some guys on that list that was some bums.
Yeah,
it was some bums.
So Kmart put a list out about all the power forwards who are better than Draymond.
Yeah.
Right.
Ain't
Some
no
of them
way.
guys
Was bum.
wasn't better than Draymond. A lot of them guys wasn't better than Draymond.
The one in they draft.
I think my name was in there.
Your name was on the list?
My name was on the list. Come on, man. Come on,
Oh man. So that's where they do that at.
That was wild. But old guys, man, sometimes and look, when you're in the media space now and you've been an ex-player and you come on these podcasts and you start talking about current players, you're always going to get a tag of the old guy,
absolutely.
Get off my lawn guy. And in my day, we wouldn't have gone for that. But at some point, game has to recognize game. Draymond Green has had a heck of a career as a second round pick.
He's going to be a
winner. He's been a champion.
4-time champion.
4-time champion his entire career. And he's been a major piece to winning those titles. You got to give it up to him. Now, some of his antics, what he does on the court and who he decides to pick on. Listen, man, you ain't in the league no more. You can't control that. What that man do on the court is what that man do on the court. Do he pick on guys he probably get away with it? Yeah. Probably does. And?
I
never seen he pick on everybody. I mean, he not like your Charles Oakley type guy that'll go up and slap you in the middle of a game.
But who is
or
though?
Doing a timeout.
My argument is who.
But he is a guy that's gonna go up there and do the dirty work for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, but
he gonna do that.
Who like that now? Which one of these guys? Ain't none of these guys like that. They not like that, man. The league is not what it used to be, man.
It's what we call this?
Soft.
Exactly.
Nice soft.
It's cotton.
Soft as cotton. Ain't none of these guys. Don't none of these guys scare me, man.
Right.
Ain't no scary dudes in the NBA no more.
It's not.
Period.
Nope.
Speaking of scary, what happened yesterday at Ohio State and Michigan was pretty scary. Now I know somebody on this couch who really had an enjoyable afternoon.
Had a great day. From 12 to about 4. I had a great day.
I'm on top of the world, Mom. I'm on top of the world.
We had a great time at Curtis Brunson's crib. That brother always set it out for the Qs.
Shout out to VB.
Come over there.
Shout out to VB,
man. It's been 4 years, man. You know, 4 years out.
It's been 2,100 and some odd days.
It has. And so yesterday was a defense that came to play. They had Michigan. I think Michigan had 187 total yards offense. Total.
That's
offense.
Crazy. That's crazy.
You know, quarterback threw for 65. They broke off. The first run of the game was 37 yards. You know, 2 quick field goals. They up 6-0. I told the Qs then. I told the bros then. All you're getting is field goals today. That's all you're going to get. And that's all they got. They got one more field goal. But anyway, to make
the delivery is way more subdued today.
Well, I talked to a couple of, I call them scum. Small S, small C, big U, big M, slappies, you know, scum slappies. But, you know, I talked to them. They told me, say, D-Web, when you film today, show us some grace. So, no. Anyway, man, you know, like we were talking about before we came on the air, man, these days and times with that NIL, you got the right pieces. I'm going to give Michigan some credit, man. They got a young offensive line. They got a young quarterback, great backs. You know, they just got to go out there and spend that money in the NIL, bring in some receivers to go with this Underwood kid, get him right. You know, he got some mechanics he needs to work on. But other than that, take my hat off to Ohio State, man. They came into a hostile environment. They did what they had to do. They got in there. They got out with a win on the Indiana for the Big Ten championship this weekend, Saturday coming up. So, shout out to my Buckeyes, man. Let's see if we can go back to back.
So, Jess, Michigan's loss yesterday, Ohio State's win yesterday. Does it say more about Ohio State or more about Michigan?
I think it says a lot about Ohio State. They got one of the best teams in the country.
The best team in the country.
Next week is going to tell your Rebels going to meet the road with Indiana because they not half stepping as well.
Nope, they're not.
But it does tell you some about Michigan too. They spending the money. They just got to bring in the talent, and you're going to have to convince the talent that we're going to use your talent. I think that's what Michigan's problem is. You're going to have to get out of this run first, 3 yards in the cloud of dust. At some point, you're going to
let's throw this boy.
You're going to have to keep up. You're going to keep up, man. Oregon's still coming. You got guys in your conference now that they spreading you out. And
Indiana, they throwing it.
They throwing it.
Definitely Ohio State throwing it. Oregon is throwing it. Like you said.
And I think they did Underwood a disservice this year by not letting him air out. Get it all out there. At the beginning of the year, people wondered. It was like, will Michigan fans be content with going 6-6, 6-5, but letting this guy bump his head, make his mistakes, or are they going to try to win these games and try to get into the playoffs? Clearly, that's what they did. They tried to win these games, and they did great. It's a successful season, I think, for Michigan. With the team that they had, as young as they had. But I think they should have took the step back and just let him bump his head. I think. But
you got
Michigan
to bump your head. You got to. Well, he has a good receiver in the freshman that they have. 2 good backs. I mean, you got the boy that came over from Alabama and the young boy, and even the third string back, Whoosdale.
Yeah,
he was running that thing. A little bit yesterday and throughout the season. So you got a good foundation to build on. The defense, I think, is always going to be decent, if not good. So to your point though, you got to spend that money, man. You got to go in there, bring you some top flight receivers in out of high school or in the portal. And yeah.
How much is Bryce Underwood making?
To my knowledge, I think they got him for $12 million for 4 years. Well, $12 million, and then $3 million a year plus whatever he's doing endorsement wise outside of the NIL. So that's
So at least $12 million.
At least 12.
Where'd he get that money from?
The donors and everybody.
Right.
Alumni.
Right.
What do alumni want to do?
Win.
Well, they want to win. So they wasn't going to take a step back.
They're not taking those steps.
They wasn't going to take a step
They're not taking those steps.
Right.
They wasn't going to take a step back.
Man, if we got to run this thing 65 times a game to win a game, we're going to run this thing 65 times to win a game.
Yeah.
They are sheltering this kid. They're sheltering him because they don't want him to have early defeats. They want his spirits to be up. And when you look at that game yesterday, he didn't throw the ball down the field. He didn't challenge the Ohio State secondary. He didn't do any of that. Dink, dunk, run. Dink, dunk, run.
Yeah.
And he didn't look terrible. He didn't take no chances, but he didn't look terrible. And so it's going to be some time, if he stays, before you start to see this kid air the ball out and then open up the playbook for him. Until then, it's going to be Bo Schembechler, 1986. We're going to hand it off and we're going to play the field position game. We're going to play defense. We're going to play field position game.
Which makes
that's Harbaugh. That's what Harbaugh did.
Which makes sense from the donor perspective, because that's all they know.
So he airs it out and he goes for it. They win 6 games this year. That ain't going to be worth $12 million.
It's not, but
9 games, 10 games.
Yeah, they win 9. I think they've won 9.
They already won. Yeah,
9-3. 9-3.
Doing it the way
with the bowl game coming up. Yeah.
If I'm a donor, I feel a whole lot better for my 2, 3, 4 to contribute million when the team win 9 games as opposed to winning 6 or 5.
Yep.
To me, that's what it comes down to. But Ohio State, the number 1 team in the nation, going into Indiana next week. What's the prediction?
We in Indianapolis, Big Ten championship game. As you can see, if you watched the game yesterday, you seen a lot of red up in them stands, man. So Ohio State traveled well.
Yeah.
So when they get in there, don't be surprised if it's like 50-50. Indiana.
How you gonna tell?
Huh?
How you gonna tell?
Well, we might come out in that white. We might come out in that white. You never know.
It's all red to me. It's all red.
The one thing I think we got
Scarlet. It's all the same to me.
I think the one thing that benefits Ohio State is that they've been there before. They hadn't been there since 2020 for the Big Ten championship game. But, you got a coach like Ryan Day, man. Shout out to Coach Day. Hey, got 82-10, man. Then that guy won 80% of his games. He got the 4 losses, of course, against Michigan. But 82-10 is impeccable, man. He's the second highest winning coach.
You're supposed to lead with that.
40% of his losses is submission.
Right. Well, hey, it is what it is.
Supposed to lead with that.
Dodge just in, I want to say the COVID year, the year he said he was going to put 100 on him, and he probably would have that year because Michigan was terrible.
Well, they had a squad that year.
Yeah. So anyway, but they're going to go into Indianapolis, man. Big Ten championship game. Trust me, them guys well prepared, indoor. So Indiana has
That's
great
right.
wide receivers.
That's
They got
right.
a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Indiana is basically, I'm not going to say a poor man's Ohio State because I'm not going to downgrade them like that. They're the number 2 team in the country, but they got a good team over there, man. And that coach, Signetti, he about his business, man. And guys want to play for him. They're going to go out there and they're going to play hard. So should be a good one.
Well, speaking about coaches who are about their business, Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell? Gotta talk about it.
Freaking Campbell. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff about him going forward in the on 4th down, him doing the play call, and he's taking over the play call, and Dan Campbell not being able to beat good teams this year, not being able to put his guys in position to make plays. How do you assess the Lions have gone in the last 3 games? They've gone 1-2. Lost 2 heartbreaking games to both the Eagles and to Green Bay, a division opponent. Is it time to start to question Dan Campbell's philosophy about going for it on 4th down?
I don't think so. You roll what got you to this point. Now you need to make some decisions down the line. You got no one to take the points, when not to. But this is your identity. You it's gonna take your defense 4 times to stop us. You better know that going in. Just gotta make some better plays, man. Better play calling. Now that he has the play call duties, I think it takes away from his decision making a little bit because you caught up in what I've been told, and by a couple of coaches, not on a high level, but mediocre level, is that once you call a play, you already on to the next play. Whatever the outcome is, you'll figure it out from there. But you're already thinking the next play. I think him doing the play calling is taken away from that. And I thought he was able to lean on Ben Johnson to already have an assessment. Like, okay, I'm a step ahead of Johnson's play call. You know what I'm saying? So Johnson, you call this on 2nd down. I'm already on 3rd down. When you get to 3rd down, I'm already on 4th down. Let you figure out what's going on. And I think that's kind of taken away. I think that's why this 4th down stuff is getting kind of messy. I'm hoping it. I don't care. But it shouldn't mess them up down at the end, during the end, then during the stretch, it shouldn't mess them up, man. But it's dicey, man. It's dicey. He's walking a fine line, but he's staying true to what he is, man.
Yeah,
and the team know. Listen, this our coach, we back it. So I haven't heard none of the team say anything about it. It's everybody on the outside, but we'll see how it plays.
It's a couple of things you got to ask yourself. One is, if Dan Campbell was to get fired today as the Lions head coach, what other head coach or general manager will hire him as their offensive coordinator?
That's about 30 of them.
I don't think so.
No.
It might be.
I don't think so.
Maybe
as a
your
head
boy
coach?
over as an offensive coordinator.
Oh, as offensive coordinator.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Head coach. Yeah.
Head coach. Yeah.
Okay.
Handful.
Maybe a handful.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
maybe
a handful as offensive coordinator.
You're right.
Maybe 5 or 6.
Maybe a half a handful.
Well, there's 32 teams in the league.
Yeah, okay.
So
you saying that as an offensive coordinator.
As an offensive coordinator. 2 is sometimes you overthink things. And I know that we are what we are. Lions go. We 0 for 7 in 4th down conversions the last 2 games. I think we was 0 for 5 against Philly. We was 0 for 2 against Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And when the points are there on the board, especially the way our defense have been playing,
you got to take it.
You got to take the points.
Take the points.
You got to take the points. Now, I like us going for it on 4th down. We at the 45 or 42 going in. We know that's a 60, 65-yard field goal or possibly 60-yard field goal. Okay, yeah, let's go for it. But in certain situations, man, you got to take the 3, man, and live to fight another day. Yeah. Because if you took the 3, I think, early, then now we only need a touchdown. I mean, we was down 17-14. I think something like that. Well, take the 3.
Take the 3.
Yeah, take the 3.
Well, not only that, you pushed, even if you choose to punt.
Right.
At least you punting the ball and you getting guys within
they beat from the 20 yards
20-yard line
back.
And the chances of guys going 80 yards against this defense, now it's not a great defense the Lions have.
Right.
But the chances of them going 80 yards to score on you. It's slimmer than going 30 yards
or 50
yards to score on you. So I feel like him going forward is situational. And to me, you got to have offensive momentum on your side when you decide to go forward on fourth down. What I have seen from this offense in the last 3 games does not give me any confidence that they can make 10 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards on fourth down. We got a quarterback that's scared. We got an offensive line that's banged up. We got receivers that are dropping passes. We got a running back that I think is frustrated because it is just the holes just aren't there as they once were. And then we got another disgruntled running back, I think, in Montgomery, who's like, I could probably get 3 or 4 yards right here, who's not in the game. So I think part of the reason that Dan Campbell took over the play calling is because guys got frustrated. I think J-Mo, and I think Gibbs, J-Mo and Gibbs, I think got frustrated after the first few games. Like we playmakers and we're not getting the ball. I think there was a little bit of that, along with your quarterback not happy with the play calling because he wanted to get the ball to his playmakers too. And I think that's the reason why Dan Campbell took it over, because your young stars just weren't happy with not getting the game. You got to get these guys the ball.
Well, let's look at it from, like you just said, offensive standpoint. To me, and we could talk about this when we were talking about the fantasy draft. I think I had the number 2 pick. You had the number 3 pick. I was debating whether I should take Bijan or Gibbs at 2. And I ended up taking Bijan and you took Gibbs. But let's call it what it is, man. Gibbs is the best running back in the game.
Easy.
He's the best running back in the NFL.
Easy.
Now, Montgomery feelings I heard, hey, it's the pros, man. I'm trying to win football games.
But it's a way for them to coexist.
It is, but it really ain't, because
not when you
Gibbs
losing.
is a 3-down back.
Not when you
When you look at the running back over at Buffalo, Cook, 3-down back.
3-down.
McCaffrey, 3-down back. They don't come out the game on 3rd down because it's 3rd and 3. So I understand his frustration, and I understand what Dan Campbell is saying. Hey, I got to get my guys. J-Mo got to get the ball.
Got to get it.
He has to touch the ball. He's too dangerous on offense. He causes mismatch problems. He has to touch the ball, period. So our problem is our defensive pass rush and our offensive line.
And
Game is always going to be one of the trenches.
Well, let me ask this question and I'll follow up. The Lions are 7-5. Who do you blame more? Why the Lions? Who do you blame for the Lions being 7-5?
Injuries on the offensive line for me.
I blame we didn't go out and get another edge rusher.
Didn't do
Bingo.
that.
We didn't go out. We didn't address the other side. Hutch, and I hate to say it, he not living up to that contract. I mean, when you see, now listen, let me say this. And I know it's not Hutch's fault as far as where they lining him up at, but look how Green Bay Packers use Micah Parsons.
Speed, though.
I don't care. You can put Hutch on the other side. You can move him to D tackle. You got to move. If you put Hutch over here at the same spot every play, guess what? I know how to block that.
Yeah, but
I know how to defend that.
You're right, but we're not versatile enough. And I blame the front office.
That too, yeah, front office.
I blame the front office. I'm okay with Hutch making the money he making, because to me, what it symbolizes is when you get drafted by this team, this franchise, and you perform, we're gonna take care of you. I think that means more to me than anything else, because J-Mo's looking at that. Gibbs is looking at that and saying they took care of Hutch, they're gonna take care of us. That's important to do. Not going out and getting a pass rusher, a proven pass rusher, is piss poor. Because what you have now is the window's starting to close. The window is starting to close on this collection of Lions. You got 2, 3, maybe 4 years to be good. And then after that, you got contracts come up.
Right.
Guys, injuries start to plague. People get disgruntled. Guys get disgruntled. You know, you got to make some moves. And the Lions did absolutely nothing at the trade deadline.
Nothing. But to your point, they have taken care of They're going to have to take care of Gibbs. You definitely got to take care of Gibbs.
Yeah.
You got to take it. You know, I don't know if they're going to take care of Laporta like they've done with J-Mo and Hutch and the quarterback.
You may not have to, though. You may be able to work some stuff out with Laporta to get him to stay. He's an important piece, but I think he's an important piece. You hate to let him go, but if it's between Laporta and keeping J-Moore or Gibbs.
Oh, that's a no-brainer. J-Moore's already signed for the next 3. It's Gibbs you're going to take care of.
You got to take care of Gibbs.
But you know the rule is you don't pay running backs because of the position they play.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to pay Gibbs.
You're going to have to pay Gibbs.
And another weakness is we have to get somebody.
Offensive line.
And we have to get a linebacker because this Anzalone, he
too
too slow.
And you mentioned Green Bay. Green Bay's defense is fast.
They have the boy.
They are sideline to sideline.
Gary.
Fast.
Parsons.
Fast.
Parsons inside. He lined up over the D tackle. He lined up over the guard. Guard see that coming. You know it's got to be on his P's and Q's.
They're way too flexible on defense. We are not. We are so predictable. And I know the secondary is getting a lot of heat right now.
Well, you can't cover all that.
But you can't cover for more than 5 seconds, man.
No, the average coverage time in the NFL, quarterbacks should only have 3 seconds tops. 1001, 1002, 1003.
You can't cover, man. Ball's gone.
Should be
You
gone.
can't cover more than 5 seconds.
If I get 4 or 5 seconds, you're going to get picked apart.
You get
I don't care what kind of DB you are.
It don't matter. It could be Dion.
You're going to get picked apart.
He going to get picked on. You got to have people who are getting at the quarterback, making the quarterback second guess himself, rethink, pause and reconsider something. We don't have any of that right now.
Nope.
If Hutch ain't getting to the quarterback, nobody is.
I don't even
Aline
think,
McNeil, man, please. Sad. Sad. Reader, sad.
Yeah, Jordan Love had all. I don't even think he got sacked. He didn't get sacked, did he?
You could have completed.
He was real comfortable.
And Jameson, he only got sacked. He got sacked the last play of the game.
Yeah.
When's the last time you played quarterback?
1986.
You could have went. You could have went 10 for 16 against the Lions defense.
Probably would have went.
No,
15 for 17.
I wouldn't go that far.
Look at this guy.
Bag it up. Bag it up.
We ain't throwing a lot at McKenzie, but when we did, I had a high percentage, completion percentage.
When I say they can coexist, I think you run three downs with Gibbs, first 3 quarters, and if you got the lead, fourth quarter, you get D-Mon in there.
Yeah, but they haven't. And
they haven't done that.
It was all Sonic and Knuckles.
Well, we had the offensive line to do it.
But you had the offensive line to do it.
But you 15-2. Sonic and Knuckles at 15-2, yeah. But when you 7-5, no.
You got to go with the.
You got to go. No,
you got to give it to Gibbs.
And this is the most desperate I've seen Dan Campbell coach. He was coaching out of desperation, and that to me bothers me. You coaching out of desperation, man. You're not coaching with your sober mind. Right now, you thinking about what happened last game. You're thinking about what happened the game before. You losing divisional opponents. You know, all conference playoff position. All that's starting to affect your ability to make sound judgments. And when that's starting to happen, that's more detrimental to a team than anything else.
Well, let me give the people some hope. Because this is coming down to this. We got 5 games left, right? Lions 7-5. They said, I heard something today. If the Lions go 11-6, they got a 90% chance of making the playoffs. If they go 10-7, it dropped down to like 84%, 83%. So you're still in there. 9-8, it's almost like 50%. You got a chance to make the playoffs. Even though I hope it don't come down to that. If we can win our last 4 out of the last 5, because I don't think we're going to beat the Rams in LA, but I think we can beat the Cowboys.
Hold on.
You know what? That Cowboys game going to be tough next Thursday. I give you that. You're right. They got 2 dogs. They got 2 dogs out there in CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, but we got the Cowboys, Steelers. It might come down to us going to in Chicago and going up against the young coach over there and us getting in the playoffs, man. I hate to say it. You know, is looking more like 10-7 than 11-6.
Well, we started the season off, and I think both you and I agreed that 11 was the magic number.
Was the magic number. 11-6
11 was a magic number.
Mhm.
You get to it. I didn't think they would go 15-2.
Oh, I
never
nobody
thought they
best
would go.
case scenario was
Never
12 and
thought they would
5.
go
Yeah,
15.
nobody on
best
this
case
couch
scenario
said
was
that.
12 and 5.
Yeah.
I thought if they could make it to 11 games, you can win 11 games, you got a chance to get into the playoffs, a really good chance to get into the playoffs. And let's see what happens once you
Yeah,
get there.
you're going to start off probably on the road.
But the way that they're losing games is bothering me. It's bothering me. The offense is putrid. It's just bad. And that's the biggest concern for me. Yeah, we got a quarterback that if he ain't making it happen in the pocket, if he don't have time, he's not going to be successful.
He's not going to be successful.
We know that.
Because he's not
But
going to run. He's not going
to run.
Nope,
He's not going to
nope.
make a play outside the pocket. He's not going to elude tacklers. He's not elusive at all.
At all.
None of that stuff is going to happen. He ain't shaking nobody off. He's not hard to tackle. None of that.
He right there.
It's got to be a perfect scenario for this guy to make plays. But when he is able to get time in the pocket and get it to people, then we got guys dropping the ball.
That's true.
Which I thought I'd never see.
J-Mo dropped it. Yeah.
J-Mo. I'm in the ride a game before,
Yeah.
dropping passes. That to me is more concerning than anything else.
Now Tesla and Kennedy, the guy that came in and filled for them for Amon-Ra, they did well. They caught the ball and they made sure to try to make plays, but you had to keep that pocket clean. They've been attacking us right up the gut over our center.
It's been bad.
Right up the middle. Right up the
bad,
middle.
Yeah, right over there, man. So
It's been bad.
yeah.
Well, I know you mentioned Sonic and Knuckles, and I don't want this to get lost, but on Black Friday, Chicago had two backs over there that ran for 100. They get a nickname yet? I don't know. I'm just asking.
One of them a former Lion.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
And the young boy over there, man, Williams is running that thing.
Because
he got escapability. You know, he can get out of that pocket.
They calling them O Block and 63rd. That's O Block and 63rd.
So if you play under Ben Johnson, you're going to get you a nickname. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Man, that's crazy.
It's bad. But look, brighter days are ahead for the Lions. I mean, hopefully we can get to that magic number of 11 and get a chance to get into the postseason and figure out something. But our Pistons,
Hey, man.
first place.
Hey, man. I don't know. We haven't gave them a name yet. They're not the bad boys. They're not the going to work Pistons.
Nah, they got to win the playoff series before they
Before they get a name.
They ain't won a playoff series.
You know,
yet, man.
a stat came up. There was like the last time the Pistons made it to one of the NBA Finals. The bad boys and the go to work Pistons. They won 13 in a row.
Yeah.
And we did that. You know, we got a young gun in there, and Cade Cunningham, man. And Bickerstaff, man, I got to give him a shout out, man. Got them boys playing at a high level. They out there, they playing defense. That Duran kid, man, he only, 21, 20?
21 years old, man. I mean, it's...
man. It got to kind of remind me from a look standpoint, in the stature standpoint of Orlando Woolridge. Yeah, man. The old train.
I see
The old train,
I
baby. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But
he kind of look like Orlando Woolridge a little bit.
I think they 16-4 right now. You know, and they clicking on all cylinders, man. They got a rotation. They got depth. Bickerstaff is coaching his ass off. So, hey, man, shout out to the Pistons right now.
Yeah. I mean, you know, shout out to my homeboy London Fletcher came. He's been on the show. He's here this weekend. Me, my son, him and his son Steele went to the Pistons game. Unfortunately, they lost to Orlando the other night, man. But, you know, Cade missed some crucial free throws at the end.
Yeah, he did.
Just like he missed some crucial free throws against Boston the other night. That could have made the difference. But, you know, it happens from time to time. You get down to, you know, late in games and you playing a lot of minutes. I mean, things happen. Hopefully he learns from that and he's able to get up to the line, knock him down. But one of the glaring things for me that I saw or I am seeing from this team is their inability to put the ball in the basket when Cade Cunningham not on the floor. They don't have another playmaker. They don't have another consistent shot maker. And when you're trying to win playoff series late in May and June, you got to have guys that can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this. Yes, they're in first place. Yes, they only lost 3 games this year. Yes, they are 2 or 3 games ahead of the second place team in the Eastern Conference. But your window is your window is your window.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta figure out what's the next move to make the team better.
Here's my suggestion. If it can happen, you're probably gonna have to trade Ivy, and you're probably gonna have to go get your boy over there with the Pelicans.
Zion.
I think you might have. You got to get a score. To your point, we don't have that secondary score when Cade is either in foul trouble, not shooting it well that night, or just having an off night. We don't have who's available.
Zion don't play.
Zion might not want to play there. They just fired Willie Green. That's my guy. UAD legend, number retired, number 33, 34. UAD. But Zion might not want to play there. You never know. When you change your environment as an athlete, as a pro, you come into a certain situation, you going like the New Orleans Pelicans. They have no history.
Yeah.
They don't have a history in basketball over there. They don't have a history over there. You come here, we got tradition. We got the bad boys. We got the going to work Pistons. We got the great Isaiah Thomas. We got Hall of Famers. We got numbers retired. We have a history. So, and I'm just using Zion as an example. The guy coming here, he was already in shape. He had lost weight, had been playing some pretty good basketball, I think, till he got hurt. But it's a mindset thing. It's a mental thing. He come here, now you in a franchise, you got a good coach, you got a good guy, you got an all-star, a superstar in Cade. You know, you got some role players.
Well,
I can't see that him coming here wouldn't hurt us. That's what I'm saying.
It depends on what you have to give up. That's my thing.
You give up Ivy and a number one.
But my concern with Zion is he don't play. And I agree with you. In the change of scenery for a lot of guys, it may ignite him in a different kind of way. It may encourage him, motivate him more to be on the floor. I really don't know the reason why he's not playing. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know what it is. But to take a chance on Zion will have to mean that we're not giving up much. That's one. Two, I need Lauri Markkanen. I need to trade one of them crash outs from Utah. I need to trade one of them crash outs with Ivy and possibly the boy from Tennessee, package them up and get Lauri Markkanen. You got a guy that's 6'10", 6'11", that can shoot the three, post you up, score on anybody, and protect the basket sometimes.
Is he available?
Well, Utah ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
I mean, they're building on young guys right now.
But what's the obsession with trading Ivy? why we doing that?
Well, he's unproven. And when he's gotten in the game, he hasn't proven that he's a playmaker and a consistent scorer.
Is this on the same time when Cade is on the floor, or is he getting?
It's been both. So he's been getting minutes when Cade has not been on the floor and been giving the ball and putting the ball in his hands and saying, "Hey, you go and you run a team." It's just not happening. Mm-hmm. Now, some people may say, "Get a kid a chance." Right? He's coming off an injury. Give him an opportunity to figure it out. I'm saying we don't have time for him.
We don't have time to figure it out.
You gotta go strike while the iron is hot. Your window is going to close at some period. Guys are gonna start coming up for contracts. Guys, injuries gonna take a toll. People gonna get tired of hearing Bernie Bickerstaff's voice. Like all kinds of stuff happen. When you good, you gotta go get it right now. Yeah. Now another name that's out there is Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson is over there with Cleveland, unhappy with the minutes he's getting, wants more minutes. He's a playmaker, a proven scorer in this league. I can pair him up with Cade and we can go. Shoot the three, score on anybody, available.
But the problem you're going to have with that is, will Cleveland trade him to a division rival?
That's
maybe not. Stranger things have happened.
I don't
Stranger things have happened.
You're gonna have to wait.
All I'm saying,
you wait it out.
All I'm saying is this: we've got to figure out a way to pair Cade up with somebody, another star or semi-star, and get a championship back in Detroit some kind of way.
But see, the thing I think, if the Zion Williams things was to materialize, is I think Zion will buy in that he's not the guy. we got a guy.
Well,
You could be Robin, which I think he would be fine with because the pressure. He's a franchise over in you take your man that was with the Knicks, played with the Lakers, the power forward, played with Memphis. I mean, he played with Anthony Edwards now. Was with the Knicks. They traded him. What's his name?
You talking about JR.
What's his name? No. Name not JR.
What are you talking about?
He played with the Lakers. He got traded. They traded him to the Knicks. Power forward, 6'10". Now he with Minnesota. Power forward. But he not the guy. Anthony Edwards, and he's having a great career being the number 2 guy. I don't
think that's an issue with Zion. I don't think an issue with him is being number 2 to anybody.
No, you think his issue is what? Help.
Availability.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying
and motivation to play the game.
And we
Is he
all
serious
know
about being an
athletes
NBA
get
player?
fake injuries all the time when they're trying to get out of town. He don't want to be in New Orleans, man.
So you think it's more about him not wanting to be in New Orleans than it is not wanting to be on the floor?
Exactly.
I need somebody to tell me that.
You need him to tell you that.
I need somebody right. I need him to tell. He's got to say that. He's got to be able to say, okay, I want to be an NBA player. I'm serious about my craft. I want to go out there and play. I just don't want to do it here. I can deal with that. What I can't deal with is this guy not playing at all.
He in a trash organization. He in New Orleans. They're not going to win any basketball games. You traded away your boy that's over there in Toronto. They didn't fire Willie Green. They didn't let your man go that was in Portland, the guard, the 2 guard. Where he at now? CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
He out of there. So you think Zion want to stick around there? No, he want out. And the best way to get out is guess what? I'm hurt.
Yeah. Well,
I ain't available.
I hope that's
Plus
the case.
you're going to give me $30 million.
I hope that's the case. And it's not because he don't want to play.
Well,
I hope it's that he don't want to play there.
How many guys in the NBA find their way out of the teams they own just by saying, I'm hurt, I'm this, I'm that, and okay, let's get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
And he gone. He come over here and he plays 60, 75 games.
He also got a woman problem too.
Look, so no want for Anthony Davis, right?
I just want
to make sure because I saw that floating around a little bit.
But here's what I say about AD. It depends on what you got to give up. 1. 2, AD is not just that he don't want to be in Dallas or LA. This guy's always hurt. Mm-hmm. And that would be way more frustrating than I think AD would be way more frustrating than Zion.
I like Zion over AD.
I take Zion before I take AD.
Yeah.
At least Zion is 22, 23, 24 years old. AD 30, 29, 30, 31, 32, somewhere in there.
And I looked at AD contract a couple of days ago.
Too
on
much
Basketball
money, man.
Reference, man. They're going to have to pay AD $70 million in 26, 27.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
That's $70 million.
For a guy that's going to play 40 games.
Yep.
Can't do that.
Can I interest you?
Joel Embiid.
I was just about to say, can I interest you in Joel Embiid?
Philadelphia. If there was he on the books for like $245 million.
Yeah. And he's sitting back watching.
Oh, he getting the low management.
They're not gonna be able to get rid of Joel Embiid.
No, they're not. We're not.
They're not gonna be able to get rid of him at all. But this Eastern Conference is wide open.
It is
man.
wide open.
Ain't no real favorites in it.
Wide open. Yep.
You know, you got Toronto at 2, and Glorilla cutting a fool at every game for her man.
Yeah.
But that team is gonna be formidable. I mean, you got guys. They trotting out 4 or 5 guys that's 6'8" or better that could all handle, shoot the ball, play make, and don't mind defending. That's going to be a tough team to deal with.
And they had won 9 in a row. A lot of people don't know that. You know, the Pistons went on their win streak. When you look up, we still only 2 games up.
Toronto
and we won 13 in a row. So Toronto was right there, man. Yep,
for sure.
So, yep.
Well, look, you want to talk a little bit about high school football? Cavs coming out?
Cavs coming out tonight, man. But by the time y'all see this, of course, they will have played already. Cavs Tech versus Catholic Central down at Ford Field. I'm headed that way as soon as we finish saying cut. Hope them Cavs technicians win that state championship, man. I think they'd be their 5th or 6th one. Shout out to Coach Marvin Rushing over there at Cavs, man. They're doing a great job. CC, of course, it's CC, man. They're going to come out there. They're going to run the ball a little bit, try to toss a little tight end dumps and all of that. But I think Cavs got the better athletes. I think if you got Stradler over there, you got Dante Bryan, the second over there. throwing that thing. So
friend of the program.
Friend of the program. Yeah. So it should be a good game, man. I'm hoping Cavs pull it out. I think they can pull it out, but hey, man, it comes down to coaching and different styles of the game, man. And when you play in these high school games, state championship, Ford Field, anything can happen. So, hey, go Cavs. CC, let's have a good one tonight.
Here's another chance for them to add another trophy to the trophy case.
Yes, sir.
We talked about that before, and this is what they do, man. So I'm expecting nothing less than another title from them guys, man. And Tayron Jr. And this will be another feather in his cap.
What they call him? Don Dada.
Don Dada. Another feather in his cap, man.
I like that. Don Dada.
This guy ain't lost.
The guy has never lost.
Never lost.
A game.
Never lost.
Yeah, man. That's something right there. All the great players and the great quarterbacks that have come through Cavs, man. He's never lost a game.
He's making a name for himself, man.
Let's not jinx him.
State championship last year. City championship last year. City championship this year.
Yeah.
You got to complete it.
Yeah.
You got to complete it.
And I think one thing we said when we was out at Wayne State doing the Sound Man, Sound Body showcase is, I think his dad mentioned that he could probably be the only quarterback in Michigan history, the state of Michigan history, to win 4 state championships.
Yeah.
So
it's never been done.
It's never been done.
Never been done.
I don't know if it might not have been anybody that won 3, but 4 for sure.
4 for sure.
Yeah. So tonight he can capture a second.
Right. Definitely not a Detroit City team.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely not that.
Right. The Poor's teams was monsters, man.
They were. Oh, well, I mean, I ain't gonna say that too loud.
Farmington Hill Harrison.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that too loud from the Poor's guys, man.
We got a Benny
my
guy.
rivals too much. Too much love over here.
Robert Jameson and your guys.
Let's settle down. Let's settle down a bit. Let's settle down a bit.
But we did it, man. We back. We came back, man.
Hey, it's been another episode of the Brown Couch Bros.
Man, I'm out.
I'm on eat, man. I'm on eat.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's how you know when the show. That's how you know when the show. It's like, hey, man.
And we are out of here.
Out.
Peace.